Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL. Postseason action continues. We're back here with game number 1 for Richmond and Kansas City here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Kansas City. I'm going to fix that up next year. We've been running this thing for 6 seasons, and I haven't even noticed it. I'm going to make sure that we fix that up. So, interesting game number 1 matchup here. We got Van Montgomery against Chris Rico. Both of these teams here, Monarchs and the Good Boys, they have seen their pitching staff been used quite a bit here in the postseason. So they're giving their top arms a little bit of a break here. Van Montgomery getting a start, Chris Rico getting a start. They have not started in the postseason, and so far it's kind of showing at this point. The solo shot by Julian Cavedo. Ricky Hoberman comes through with an RBI single. It's 2-0 Richmond. Chris Rico in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 4th inning. Of course, that's a really good sign for Richmond fans. Ricky Hoberman has had a kind of a struggle bussin' postseason. He's hitting like a $150, $180. Not been very good. So that's a good sign for him. Base hit for Clifford Durham, getting a run home. We've also got Samuel Wilson, base hit, getting another run home. It is 4-0, Good Boys. And it doesn't look like they're going to be looking back, really. It does not look like Kansas City has much firepower here going into the 5th inning. We got a strikeout by Van Montgomery on Christopher Espinoza. That's number 4 for Montgomery. And just as soon as I say that, Robert Horvath in a 2-2 pitch. Number 9 hitter, Robert Horvath, by the way. Kind of some sneaky power down there. He actually hit a lot of home runs as a rookie this year. We're going to jump down to the bottom of the 6th inning. Gavin Saples comes through with an RBI single, advancing the runners 90 feet. And it looks like Kansas City, as soon as I said that they don't have much firepower. They look like they're coming back a little bit. However, Darius Hurst strikes out on a 12-6 curve. Montgomery gets out of the jam. Let's go bottom 7th. 3-1 pitch here to the number 3 hole hitter, Daniel Lederman. Gene Slaughter. That thing is gone in good boy fashion. This is just what the Richmond Good Boys do, don't they? They score a lot of runs, and for them, 4 runs is a lot. Our pitching staff gives up the big knock, the clutch hit. Ugh, it's tough, man. It's tough being a Good Boys fan. It seems like every time that we have good things moving in the right direction, we have something bad that happens like this. And it wasn't even really that bad of a pitch. It was just a really good swing. Got the bat head out in front, and the rest was history. So congratulations to Kansas City. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Richmond's got 6 outs to play with here. We do get a base hit from Clifford Durham. And then with 2 runners on base, Samuel Wilson. Deep drive to the left field stands. That baby is long gone. 3-run shot for Samuel Wilson. It's not a cheapie. 424. Second home run of the postseason, Samuel Wilson. Let's go. 3-run home run. Getting the Good Boys back up by 2 runs. He has been so good this postseason. Such a bright spot in this Good Boys lineup. Such a bright spot down towards the lower half of the lineup. But it's not over. It's never over. It's Richmond Good Boys baseball, guys. Just when something good happens, something equally as bad has to happen. Base hit here. We got Michael Slaughter coming on 2/3 of an innings pitch. He does have 1 walk, no strikeouts, no hits given up. So he does seem to have some strikeout ability, some get out stuff, some get out of jam stuff. He's going to get Espinoza to strike out. Now you got Horvath, already 2 for 3 today. Big hitter, good power hitter, but Doby's got this one in foul territory. And that attempt for Kansas City goes by the wayside. Good job by Michael Slaughter to get the final 2 outs of that inning. So guys, we're going to jump now to the bottom of the 9th. Gunnar Skarsgård here, 3 for 3 in save opportunities. He's already got a man on base here. Hans Brolo, big hitter to go get. In fact, he was the MVP of the league this year. So he was a big hitter to go get, but unfortunately a walk. Sends up Gavin Saples on a full count pitch. A home run will win him the game, but that's a base hit instead. Right past Scott Gonzalez, rounding 3rd, heading home. We got 1 run to score. They're not going to get aggressive here to send the next runner. Would have been a very, very aggressive play. But Gavin Saples comes through with 1 run up on the scoreboard here. 7-6, and they will pull Gunnar Skarsgård. Not something that you see every day here for the Good Boys. So we got an 0-1 pitch here on Vinskov. Man on third base. All you got to do is just get a little looper. Find a hole somewhere. That's it. You tie the game up. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Don't go for a 3-run shot. You just need the base hit. That's all you need. Even a little bunt will do. Somebody slips and falls. That's all you need. 0-2 pitch here, upcoming. Vinskov, 0 for 4 today. He takes this one looking, and Max Pryor comes in and shuts down the little mini jam there for Richmond. They find a way to get a game number 1 victory here. Very, very tightly contested game. Probably going to be that whole way throughout the series. Monarchs are a very good team. They've got up and down in the lineup here, 1 through 9. Very, very good hitters, very complete hitters. They're actually a very complete team. When I look at their roster, their bullpen's good. Their starting pitching is actually pretty good too. So they're going to be a tough test. However, Richmond in simulation, we always simulate game number 2. We do get a victory here, 7-3. And for Richmond, it started off pretty good here. We got a run in the second, 2 runs in the fourth. Kansas City did come back a little bit. And then in the 6th inning, they got 2 more. But we really piled it on in the 7th inning with 4 runs. Darren Kern was solid. I'll give him that. But 9 hits given up. So we had a lot of jams to get out of. But fortunately for the good boys, we do find a way to get another victory here, going up 2-0. That is a very, very good spot to be against a very, very good team like Kansas City. So with that, we will now go back home to Richmond for 3 more games with an attempt, a chance to win 2 more games out of the 3. We can do that. That's easy enough. Enough about the good boys. Enough about the Monarchs. Let's get into the next matchup here. Game number 1. We got the Phoenix Firebirds, the champs of last season, taking on the Washington Swamp Monsters. 2 teams that have already won Gold Series. So if someone comes out of the AL and they beat Richmond or Kansas City, they will be a 2-time champion, at least in this video series. So far, so good here for the Swamp Monsters. 2-run shot off of Ramos Jr. here in the top of the 1st inning. 0-2 pitch to Ezra Cavedo. He goes yard. And you guys know that there's just a lot of runs scored in this ballpark. It's a very tiny, tiny field. 423, though, that was no cheapie. Anytime you hit 420, even 400, that's not a cheapo. That's not a cheapo home run. That's like home run derby-esque home runs. So 3-0 game, 2-2 pitch here. Tyson Cobb looking for a base hit himself, but Diego Jimenez is there with a diving grab to put a stop, to put an end to the bleeding here. Firebirds already find themselves down 3-0 going into the bottom of the 1st inning. Rico Ramos Jr., of course, he loves that from his defense. If he's not going to get it done pitching-wise, he's going to need his defense to step up. So now on the other side, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks. Chris Peterson has been dominant this postseason across 13 innings, a .69 ERA. He has been so good. But right now, he's got bases loaded. He's already given up a run here in this inning. 1-2 pitch to Kevin Baladeras, who's hitting .333. Should be a base hit. It's diving. Oh, great catch out there by Elliott Scott out in right field. So the jam for the Swamp Monsters, only giving up 1 run. Rico Ramos Jr. ends that inning with a strikeout. Let's go here to the bottom of the 3rd. Deep drive from Michael Ruth, giving chase is Pinker, and he dives. Can't make the catch. It's going to rattle off the wall. That should be a double at least. And it is. Ruth's got to work on the speed just a little bit. That should have been a triple. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's a double. He'll live. 1-2 pitch here. Colton Cannon, base hit. Controller was low on battery. That's okay. Luckily for us, it's CPU versus CPU. Kevin Stoitz, big hitter. You don't want to mess with this guy. He rattles this one off the wall. That was a beautiful sight to see. Love that camera angle. Shows you how hard he hits these baseballs. That is a 2 RBI double for Stoitz. He turned that pitch around, that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He turned it around. Got Phoenix to tie this game up. Base hit for Ruth. Here comes Stoitz, rounding 3rd, headed for home. Phoenix will grab the lead here, 4-3. A lot of runs being scored, man. It's always the case in the Burnside Dome. Always the case. So many runs scored in this ballpark. Ramos Jr., 2 strikeouts here in the top of the 4th. He's going to get Cavedo. He's going to get Taylor for his 7th strikeout. He's going to get Cobb here as well. 3 strikeouts in the inning. He has found a groove up to this point. We're going to jump now to the top of the 5th. Dalton Whitaker, 2-2 pitch. 99 miles an hour. Opposite field approach in the most unlikely guy in the lineup. Dalton Whitaker, 322. That shows you just how short the porches are out here. in the Burnside Dome. I mean, he got good wood on it, but I mean, it shouldn't have been a home run. I mean, come on, guys. If anything, this should be a home run, right? Ezra Cavedo in the top of the 6th. Deep gap shot. That's going to score a run for sure. It's 5-4 Washington. No? Okay, so they did get the run. But, man, maybe a throw? Maybe a throw would have been warranted right there. Took him a while. Took him a while to update the scoreboard. As soon as somebody hits home plate, that run shows up. So I think they could have probably had a throw to home. However, 5-4 game. Vladimir Drago, who's really turned into a very, very good pro. Very, very good GGBL ball player here. 360-foot shot, second home run of the postseason, ties the game up. And you can tell by my voice right now, it's not over, guys. It's not over. 5-5 game. There's a lot of things going to happen here in this latter half of the game. Top of the 7th, Jake Taylor gets the lead back with a 323-foot shot. You see what I'm saying? We need a petition to push the walls back a little bit at this field. These guys are getting too good. Maybe in season 1 of the GGBL when people are just starting out, maybe it made sense. Maybe we need to push these things back. Let's jump to the bottom of the 7th. Just as soon as Phoenix gave up the lead, they got it back. Hannibal Lobo goes Oppo Taco. 2-run shot. Amazing. Amazing. Hannibal freaking Lobo, dude. It's like every time we watch him in game, he's also coming through. He's got a lot of Kevin Stoitz that's rubbing off on him. Let's now jump to the bottom of the 8th. That's a solo shot for Diego Jimenez. And that one wasn't a cheapie either, but we still got the glitch. We got the glitch. He's running through walls. We got another player running through walls. We got 2 Swamp Monsters running through walls. Here comes the throw from Salvatore all the way on the outfield, being the cutoff guy. Jimenez gets a inside the park, quote-unquote, inside the park home run. Still same inning. Colton Cannon with more runners on base. Mike Layton gives up a 3-run home run. It's 11-6 Phoenix. And guys, they're not looking back. Top 9th, 1-2 pitch. Whitaker goes down. This game is over. Finally. 4 runs separate the Swamp Monsters and the Firebirds. 11-7 is your final score. This one was crazy. 11 runs on 10 hits for Phoenix. 7 runs on 8 hits for Washington. And you look at the pitchers here. Peterson went 4 innings, had a couple strikeouts. Ramos Jr. had 9 strikeouts, so he was good. Player of the game, Kevin Stoitz, 1 for 2, double, 2 ribbies. I'd probably find someone else. Player of the game, maybe like Colton Cannon. He had a 3-run home run, 2 for 5. Lobo had that home run as well. There's a lot of options to choose from in that game, a lot of offensive production. But we're going to jump now to game number 2 here. Washington-Phoenix. We'll simulate this one up, and Washington gets a comeback victory there after losing a tough game number 1. So they scored in 3 straight innings, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Those are the 3 runs that they got, and then Phoenix did come back in the 5th with a response, but they just got shut down the rest of the way. Avery Clement was very solid. Hannibal Lobo, Ruth, Jimenez, Drago. Guys just didn't do too much. I see a lot of one-fers in that mix. Spencer Clark was solid in this game as well, but couldn't limit the damage early on against the Swamp Monsters. So, guys, now we jump out here back to Richmond, Virginia. Good Boys leading the series 2-0. Kansas City needing a response. Richmond has had the offense rolling, guys. 7 runs in Game 1 and Game 2. And we're going to need a big game out of Henry Fukumori. He has been pretty good. He's been very silently good in his 2 starts in the postseason. We're going to need another one right here. Get us up 3-0. Very comfortable lead, I would say, against a good team like Kansas City. Now, on the other side, you got Connor Saples, who, when we saw him against Orlando, he really struggled with his command. Got into some trouble with the pitch counts, got in trouble with a lot of walks, but he actually turned in a pretty decent start all the way around. We'll look forward to seeing how he responds in this one. So far, so good. Got a lot of Ks in the first inning. Okay, so he's got Addison down as well to end the first inning. Let's go to the top of the 2nd. We got a ground ball here to Blanco. Over to Scott Gonzalez. Over back to first at Ricky Holderman, and that is a around the horn double play. And that'll end the 2nd inning. Fukumori looks good. Staples looks good as well with another K here on Domingo Mejia. That was a strike there, Domingo. Stop freaking out about it. Gavin Staples strikes out here. Runners on the corners. Fukumori gets a big out number 2 right there. Manager's getting a little frustrated, though. I don't blame him here. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when the good boys give them to you. Robert Horvath up to number 6 today against the right-hander. He's going to fly out there to left field. So the 4th inning for Kansas City goes by the wayside. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Another strikeout here. Saples, a slider high and inside. Didn't expect that one. Really nasty, nasty work there. 6 strikeouts for him. Base hits up the middle for Kingston Mondesir. That is the first hit, by the way, of the game for Richmond. So the no-hit bid for Saples is ruined. Runner on first. Base hit Chris Addison in the gap. Espinosa's got some decent speed. We'll see if Addison can turn this thing into a triple. I know he's done it in the past, but he slows up, gets into second base easily. That is an RBI double. Richmond finds themselves out on top 1-0. Let's jump to the bottom of the 5th inning. A little tapper here to Horvath. He decides to go to second base, which lets Wilson be safe at first. Sometimes you just got to give up on the idea. Like, you're not getting that double play. You got the slow runner barreling down first base. You got to go get that guy. It's like a swinging bunt at that point. You got Julian Quevedo steps up. Base hit here. So instead of 1 out with a runner on the corner, 3rd and 1st, now you've got bases loaded with nobody out. Durham's there at 3rd, and then you got a mistake here by Carter Williamson, who like almost overran the ball. Had he gotten behind it a little bit, he might have had a better play at home. So now it's 2-0. Scott Gonzalez pops it up. We had runners moving. It's an infield fly either way. So 2 outs now for Saples. Let's see if he can work himself out of this jam. Good boys trying to get a base hit here. 1-2 pitch in. Kingston Mondesir. Base hit to the opposite side. It's all the way in foul territory, all the way to the wall. That's going to be a tough throw to make for Carter Williamson. We got 2 runs scoring. It's 4-0 Richmond. Whew. Let's go. Let's go. Durham, bottom 6th. Williamson giving chase, leaping, but it's over the wall. 6-0. Good boys in game number 3. As long as we hold them down, guys, we got ourselves a 3-0 lead in this series. Vinskov grounds out. Gonzalez goes to second. This game is over, and this series might be over. Richmond is 1 game away from making it to their 6th straight Gold Series. It's getting stupid at this point. I will admit it. As happy as I am as the Richmond manager, guys, at some point, it starts to feel a little bit like something fishy's going on here, Goldie. What's going on? 5 straight Gold Series. They haven't won it. Now they're 1 game away from winning and making it to a 6th straight Gold Series. They got another chance. It's like, guys, you have seen this in action. You've seen it in practice. They are a totally different team. In sim, we've seen it in regular season sims where we've simmed the whole year. It doesn't matter how much talent they have or how much talent they've lost. They seem to always do this. They're inevitable. They make it there, and then it's inevitable that they will lose. So I'm just like, I'm waiting for a 3-0 choke job right now against Kansas City. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm also waiting for them to win this thing, to sweep, then to get into the Gold Series, and of course, lay an egg like they always seem to do. But, guys, we do break the 1-1 series tie. Washington will get the win there. So it's a 2-1 series lead over the Firebirds. So the champs got some work to do. Let's come back a little bit. They're now in Capitol Field. It's not going to be easy for them. That's a rowdy crowd out there in Washington, D.C. So best of luck there to Phoenix. They got to find a way to come back in that series. Same thing for the Monarchs. They got to find a way to come back down 3-0. But whenever you face Richmond, it is a possibility that you could do that. So, guys, I will see you on the 30th, the day before New Year's Eve. It's basically New Year's Eve. I will see you guys then for the Championship Series finale, the conclusion. And then I'll have a quick turnaround because I've already got the Gold Series done and recorded. Just a little spoiler alert. It's all done. It's all recorded. Just got to edit and commentate, and that will post on New Year's Day. So a lot of GGBL postseason action here upcoming in the next few days. Make sure you guys leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you then on the 30th for the Championship Series conclusion, and on the 1st, starting off 2025 with a bang, with the Season 6 Gold Series champion, being crowned. And then we'll dive into the offseason and how all that stuff's going to work again, kind of like an offseason preview on January 3rd, that Friday. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. As always, thank you so much for watching and all of your support for the league. I'll see you then. As always, peace.